Today is week 5 and it's weigh-in day. So let's put this baby on 0. Uh-oh. 0. Let me stand on the scale. What? Okay, so we saved it at 2 last time. Hit it again, and that'll tell us how much I'm down. So it's 236, and I am down 4.2 pounds. 6 days. Hey, 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 hey. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Get that to 0. Right. Step on. Wow! What? Oh my goodness! I'm in the 220s. We're going to save it to number 2. See where we're at. 231, so it's not bad. 7 pounds. I'm in the 220s. Yay! Hi everyone, so I wanted to go over a few of the rules that I live by while I am on keto. I get a lot of DMs as well as messages via our Facebook group asking questions. So I just kind of wanted to go over what I live by in order to achieve the progress that I have achieved so far. Number 1, I do not eat after 7 p.m. I don't eat after 7 p.m. I don't eat generally before about 9:30, 10 o'clock a.m. This is a form of fasting, and it gives our body some time to use the food that we've eaten from the previous day. It takes out the nutrients that it needs, it disperses them to, our organs and however all that good stuff works. So we're not piling food on top of food. So it gives your body time to use up the fat, that we've consumed, but also the fat that we already have in our bodies. It gives it time to get that away, absorb everything that it needs to absorb before we place more food back into our body. So, number 2, I always drink tons of water, at least 64 to 72 ounces of water a day. This is not necessarily easy. I put a system in place that works for me. I put out about 8 bottles of water on my desk at work so that I know how much I need to drink and I know how much I have left. So I literally am sipping all day, and that's the easiest way for me to make sure I get in the water that I need. Some people like to use water enhancements or water flavors like Crystal Light or the little drops that you can put in your water. I do that maybe twice a week, if that. There's been several weeks that I don't use them at all. I think that our body needs water. That's the best medicine. I don't always want to bog it down with adding anything else to it. So I would suggest that you do the same. Also, what I tell a lot of people who are looking for guidance is to start with a baseline. Start very, very simple. When I say start simple, when you research keto, you know that keto is fat, it's low carb, and it's our protein. So you do your vegetables, you do your meats, and you do your fats, and you stick to that. And once you've set kind of a baseline for yourself, then you'll know what kicks you out of ketosis, what slows down your weight loss, what you maybe need to limit before you go and add all that stuff in when you first start. Also, speaking of the fat, protein, and carbs, those are macros. So I always stick within my macros. I've had my macros recalculated twice already, and I'm due for a third one. But you want to get your macros done first and then every 10 to 15 pounds, you want to get those recalculated. The reason your macros are important is because it tells you how much protein you need to be eating, how much fat you need to be consuming, and how much carbs you need to be consuming, which is generally under 20 grams. Some people go a little bit above, depending on if they're working out. But I've never hit 20 grams. I just don't. I don't play around with it, and I count total carbs. Some people count net carbs. It's just kind of up to you. So you definitely want to get your macros calculated, because eating too much protein for your body can turn into sugar. Some protein turn into sugar if it's an overload of protein. So you want to be careful with that. Obviously, good fats are great for your body. You're just like kind of comparing bacon grease, which is delicious, but it's comparing bacon grease with the fat from butter, real butter, which is good fat, or olive oil, which is good fat. So that kind of stuff you need to be aware of. Next up is my carbs. So most of my carbs, like I told you, I don't hit my 20 grams a lot. And I don't exercise, so it's not important for me to make sure I'm getting carbs. I limit them. I do plan on starting to exercise, just because I know that loose skin will be coming, and I want to tone. I want to jump ahead of the game instead of being reactive. So proactive instead of reactive. So I do plan on starting to exercise. I got all my equipment and everything. So I will be starting to do that. But anyway, most of my carbs come from my vegetables. Those are the carbs that I eat. I absolutely love broccoli. I love cauliflower. I love asparagus. Those are kind of my favorite things to eat. So most of my carbs come from those. Some people, I also limit sugar alternatives. And when I say sugar alternatives, I mean like Swerve, some of the stuff that we may use. And I use those from recipes from time to time, because I cook for not only myself, but for my whole family. And, it's keto friendly as well. So some other keto substitutes that I limit, but I do use, is almond flour, coconut flour, that kind of stuff, which it's good, because it doesn't make you feel so deprived of regular foods, but I choose to limit them. Next up, vegetables. When you do eat your vegetables, you obviously want to have a high content of fat, and that's probably the best way that you're going to get most of your fat, is by just sauteing your veggies in real butter. It's not only tasty, but you're getting your fats in an easy way as well. I eliminate sugars. I do not eat sugars at all, not in anything, and there are so many different names for sugars that I want you guys to be aware of that. I'm going to post that after this, and I'll have it on the screen for you to have. If you're not following me on IG, I encourage you to do so. If you're not part of the Just Me and Keto Facebook group, I encourage you to join, because a lot of this information I place on there for free. I know some people consider themselves keto coaches, which is great, but my information is free. I've taken a ton of nutritional classes before I even started this. If you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, depending on what plan you have, but it's free for me, and I took advantage of that. So I know a lot, and I think by my progress, it really kind of tells you that I know what I'm doing. So if you have questions, just hit me up, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Even if you're at the store, I've had people message me and ask me, is this peanut butter okay? Is this peanut butter okay? Which one, should I eat? And I tell them, labels are important, ingredients are important. You have to look at both of them. Sometimes in the ingredients, it'll say less than 2% sugar, but that's not listed in the nutritional label. So you have to be aware, and you have to look at both of them. So like I said, I'll post that list about the sugar following up, and just let me know if you guys have any questions. My progress has been going really, really, really well. I'm super excited about what the future holds. This has probably been like one of the only things that actually has worked for me. So I'm happy. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I think I kind of covered everything for this video. So I'm down less than the video that precedes this, or that I'm attaching this clip to. I'm down a good amount, so I'm happy. But my uploads have been infrequent with my progress. I've been posting a lot of uploads for recipes, but not necessarily my weight loss, just because things have been extremely hectic. So I'll probably be doing it every 2 weeks, if that. And if I don't do it every 2 weeks, then I'll do it once a month, and I'll do some comparisons and some side-by-sides. So like I said, let me know if you guys have any questions. I look forward to hearing from you. Please share my videos, because I'm here to help as many people as I possibly can. There's no need to necessarily pay for stuff. I mean, some people deserve to get paid because, they I don't know, they just deserve to get paid. But I'm just trying to help. I want to be a help to anybody that I can. I know how it feels to be in like a sunken place, and I was in that place for a long time, and I'm coming out of that place. So, and this has really helped. It's also a mental fight. It's definitely a mental fight. So just be prepared. You got this. We can do this. We're going to be summertime fine. So just let me know. And hopefully you guys are subscribers. If you're not, make this video circulate. All right. TTYL. Oh, also, before I forget, there are some times that you may fall into, your progress starts to stall. So when that happens, for me, if I see by, let's say, day 4 or 5 that I haven't dropped any weight, then I do an egg fast for the next couple days. And an egg fast is simply that, just eggs, boiled eggs, deviled eggs, scrambled eggs with a little bit of cheese. Sometimes I just still do bacon, but it's primarily just eggs. And sometimes if I don't want to do the egg fast, then I'll do OMAD, OMAD, which it stands for 1 meal a day. And I'll just do one big meal, and I'll usually eat that about 2 o'clock, and then eat nothing for the rest of the day. Just drink water, and I'll also have a protein shake as well if I get super hungry, either in the morning or that afternoon. But just one protein shake and one meal for the day. And that usually helps me to get over that little hump, because sometimes it just stops. I'm not sure why, but my body always responds to that. So if you're finding yourself at a standstill, then try one of those methods, and I'm sure it will work. Also, look down below under this video, and you'll see some other things that you should not be eating, which you're probably already aware of, such as beans, corn, nothing with cornstarch in it, nothing with flour in it. So just make sure you're reading your labels and you're doing what's best for you.